Hey Shooby-Doodlers, how are you doing? Well, I am so busy at the moment. I have got this little window of opportunity which I have decided to take, and I am putting all my effort into making a new book called How to Draw Ancient Greek Stuff. And so this is my new CYA5 watercolour sketchbook, which I'm finding really, really nice to work in. And so I'm doing how to draw Greek stuff, basically. And when I'm not doing that, then I'm watching Blue Planet on the TV, then I've been drawing. There's more there. But so I've been doing quite a lot of sort of sketching and working out and thinking. So basically I'm publishing this book myself. I suppose I could have gone to a publisher, but I just wanted to get on and do it. Whereas going to a publisher, I'm kind of looking at the next 2 or 3 years working next year, just trying to get it accepted. So I thought that's what I would do. So I've been doing lots of kind of Greek stuff. Why? I went to a school recently and spent the whole day doing ancient Greek stuff with one class, and we had spent the whole afternoon drawing ancient Greek things. We were making these friezes, and we had such fun doing it. And I realised that all kids in Britain, anyway, are all doing ancient Greek, and they're all kind of wanting to know how to draw this stuff. And then I went to another school, and I mentioned, I think another year 3 again, which is like grade 2 in the States, I think. And this is watching Strictly Come Dancing. I think you call that Dancing with the Stars in America. So anyway, I went to this other school, and I mentioned that I was thinking of doing a how to draw Greek stuff book, and they cheered. So I thought, I'm onto something here. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. And it is proving to be a little more work than I'd actually thought it was going to be. But there we go. But I'm forcing myself on. I think that's one of the hard things with being self-employed, I think, is that you just got to kind of keep forcing yourself on. And then we have these kind of moral dilemmas, like here, this is going to be about the Olympics. So they all did their Olympics naked. So how am I going to portray that? And it's not, so it's, yeah, so it's for kids at school, so we can't have sort of obvious nakedness. So we've got to try and be a little less obvious. Now, when you actually look at ancient Greek pots, they've been doing it, you see that one pot, but it must have been, reproduced so many times in the factory or, the pottery. And they just got so good at doing it. And so they got this wonderful way. They do a lovely curve for the front of the leg, and then there's the buttock, and then into the back of the knee. So it's sort of curves and brackets. And then we can draw a curve coming around that way into the back of the knee, into the ankle, and then down. So somehow I think that's not quite there. So now I'm kind of working this out. So this is my little sketch that I've done in my sketchbook, and this is where I'm now kind of working it out more for my how to draw it. So and then I'm thinking I can probably tilt that a bit like that, so that wants to sort of come there a bit. Oh, let me put my glasses on. It's come to that stage. So, and now I'm kind of thinking, how do I make this more, easy to draw, really? And it's all about simplifying and yeah, making it easy. So I'm going to be doing this book under the brand name of Draw Stuff Real Easy, which is my other drawing channel. If you're not subscribed to that, click up here and go and do that now. So so this is my kind of big plan, really, and I'm thinking of doing lots and lots of how to draw books, basically. And this will be, well, I've done my first one already. Everyone can draw, but this is going to be my first sort of Draw Stuff Real Easy branded book with the intention of, I suppose, building a publishing empire, I suppose. And so curve down, curve into the knee, curve down to the ankle, and then there's the foot. So and then actually this probably wants to move that way a bit to about there, down into the back of the knee to the ankle. So what am I finding? I don't know why I'm doing this. This is just doodling now. So this isn't a piece of finished artwork. This is just a sort of a kind of prototype to build on. And then I'm going to want a discus person. So basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my basic things right. So now I'm going to working on this little sketch that I did there. So I have to zoom in a bit. So basically what I need to do here is, what I'm trying to do is to, so basically what I'm trying to do here is to come up with a little set of drawings that are roughly about the same size, and then I will scan them and I will get them down to, then I'll kind of arrange them so that they're all of a similar size and height in Photoshop. And then I will print them out and I will use those as the basis for the next stage of drawing. So it's it's a bit of a process. So it's going to come here, and again we're going to want to have hands like that. We want these big chest, and then we want buttocks. And then we want that coming down to the ankle, something like that. So that's going to be coming in about there. Yeah, that's more like it, a bit more like it. And then we're going to want to have that coming there. So we bring that in a curve, bring that, oh, maybe more of an angle. And then we're going to want that sort of like that, and then we're going to want the discus to be about there, and then we'll give him a beard as well. I think give him a little bit of something like that. So yeah, I'm going to draw, see, so you can see from this one I'm seeing that there's a kind of a pattern here that I can work with. So I'll draw his ear and then around. So it's simplifying all the time. So you probably want that to be a bit more like that. And give him a beard and giving him hair there as well. And then I'm really having to think about this. So he's really twisting around, isn't he? That's so we want to have that coming there, and then I think we're going to get to do something like that. I think at some point when I come, so this is to get it to the point where I can scan it to start arranging it a bit, and the thicknesses of these arms are going to have to change, but this is just kind of getting the pose really and what's going on. And so here obviously then I can use the hand to hide the naughty bits as well. So and I'm trying to think, that should probably go that way. And I'm thinking I could move the eyes want to go more like that, I think. So, it doesn't matter that it's not meant to be a perfect picture, this. It's, that doesn't feel right. Ugh. More of a curve. So that curve. Right, then we need to get this in more of a curve there. So that can curve into the back of the knee, curve to the ankle. And I worked this out just by looking at a lot of pots, basically. And I did a whole series. I did an 8-book series about the boy in the Olympics called Olympia. And so I went to Olympia and and I looked at a lot of pots, a lot of drawings, a lot of stuff about the Olympics. So I kind of got an idea for them, kind of feel for them. Well, I've scanned all these into Photoshop and I want to sort of make them just slightly smaller, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'll just bring them down here. And then I'm going to... Why won't it do that? There we are. I'm going to take this character first. And I'm going to move him up to there. And then I'll get this one. And I'm going to move him up to there, just so I can see how they... Oh, I think that's a little bit bigger, isn't it? I think we'll just make him slightly smaller. There, just so they're all on the same kind of level. And then, oh, that's a bit... Not quite got him all there. I'm going to move him up to there. I think, and again, he's just slightly bigger, is he? No, maybe not. No. Let me move him. I think he is just slightly bigger. So I'm going to move him like that. So I'll stick him over there. And then this guy, I'm going to... For one thing, I'm going to turn him around slightly. And then I think what I have to do is I'm going to have to cut him out a bit tighter like that so that I can fit him in. So this guy's a long jumper. And is he? Yeah, I think he's slightly smaller actually. Just make him slightly bigger. And now I'm going to add a bit more on the canvas. So where are we? 1, 2, 3. Going to put 300. And I'm just going to move them all down to give myself a bit of room, which I should have done before, perhaps, because I feel that this javelin thrower is just not quite as big as the others somehow. If I move him up to there. This is very rough photoshopping. Now, one thing that I have kind of had a thought about is, as I zoom in here, I thought, well, one thing I can do is just have him as a generic. That's just not going to work, is it? No, I thought I could maybe twist his head around there. But but one thing that I could maybe do is swap that head onto there. And am I put another one in there? Yeah, there we go. And his head onto there. So we've got the same head and proportions and everything going on. So it's basically the same guy doing it. Then I just need to do a little bit of work. I just had this little thought that if I were to get this head and turn it the other way and rotate it a bit, would that work? That does almost work, actually. So now I'm thinking maybe that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have the same head on all of them. And I'll give you a quick look at the book as it is so far. So I've done quite a bit here already. And as I say, it's very simple. So this is for kind of grade 2 and above, I suppose. Making it very simple, and it's really intended as a school kind of library kind of book for kids to bring home, and maybe those who want to really into ancient Greek want to do lots of ancient Greek drawing. So this is what I'm doing next. This is the Olympics here, so I'm going to running, discus, jumping, javelin, and then next I'm going to do Perseus and Medusa the Gorgon. Okay, so we're back at the drawing board. These are the originals, and then these you can see are the prints I've done, which are just that little bit smaller, but they're all kind of at a similar length. And then also I've got this same beard thing going on. So now I've turned on my light pad, and if you want to know more about that, click over here. And so now this is just cartridge paper, or I don't know. I think in the States you call it sketching paper, but it's reasonably heavy. And now I'm just doing this kind of basic sketch like that, and I'm going to put a little circle in the middle for his ear, nose, and then straight down, just making it easy as possible. And then this is all kind of inspired by it's amazing how my phone always loses signal when I'm doing videos. Did you hear that beeping? It's amazing. Yeah, so this is all inspired by, sort of images off Greek pots. And then it's just a question of drawing it, really. And I got a video, I'll put a link up here, about tracing. And I had a really interesting comment this week. Somebody said, oh, thanks for doing this video, and it's nice to know that professionals use trace, and the video is about how to trace in the old-fashioned way, using tracing paper and whatever. And in that video I say, don't feel like it's cheating, because everybody uses tracing. Michelangelo, the whole of the Sistine Chapel was traced. And don't sort of feel that it's cheating or anything like that. In the end, what you're trying to do is create an image, and it doesn't matter how you do that. It's creating the image that you want is important. So I'm thinking I want him to have a sort of a golden Mediterranean glow about him. So this is going to be very, very simple painting, because I don't want to make it look too difficult for a second grade sort of 7-year-old, 8-year-old to sort of think, oh, I can't do that. So I want to make it look pretty simple. I don't want sort of it to look like photographic, photorealistic painting, that's just going to be way, way beyond them. But I think just a little bit of tone and whatever, just to make it more interesting. So I'm just kind of putting a little bit of tone down there, maybe there's shadow too, like that. Whenever I've done drawing athletes in schools like this, they've always loved the nakedness. And of course I make a bit of a performance about it. Go, did you know the athletes, they ran completely naked? And they all go, woo! And I say, and so how are we going to draw that? And they all start giggling, and so it's all about where you're going to put the leg, basically. And so you have to kind of think forwards, and then sometimes I'll kind of maybe draw a little tree here, or he's going past a flag or something like that, and it causes much amusement with the children. But the it's the simplicity with which the incredibly clean lines that the ancient Greeks used on their pots that have inspired me to realise, how they drew them and how I should draw them. That makes it so easy for the kids to do it, basically. Which is the same thing that's going on in my Everyone Can Draw book, because while I was sort of really getting into ancient Greece, I got into Euclid, because I used to love doing geometry at school. I don't know, I've given him red ears. That shouldn't be right, should it? I used to love geometry when I was at school. It was the only bit of maths I was ever any good at. And so I sort of thought, I'll do these videos on geometry. Yeah, click over here and draw stuff really to see my videos. It's turned into a book. But while I was kind of learning and researching all about Euclid and that, I realised that his way of teaching geometry is exactly how to teach drawing, and so that's how my Everyone Can Draw book came about, because it was sort of, it seemed so obvious to kind of work it in that kind of axiomatic way, starting off with very, very simple principles that everyone is quite happy with, and once you're happy with that idea, you move on to the next one. So this is going to be my running Olympian, and I'm going to use him as the kind of the basis to draw all the others. So this is the kind of thing I'm working on at the moment, which is why I'm not doing many videos, because this is taking up so much more of my time than I ever expected it would do. But that's the choice I made. There you go.
Thanks for watching, and you can support this channel and get so much more on my Patreon page. Click to find out more. Make sure you are subscribed to the Shoo Rayner Drawing Channel on YouTube, and in the meantime, keep drawing, practice, and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye bye.